Do you struggle with laziness? Perhaps you have goals and objectives that you know you're capable of achieving, but for whatever reason, you're not making progress. Perhaps you wake up in the morning and feel completely overwhelmed by the day's demands. Or you find yourself needing to muster the energy and willpower to get started on essential tasks. While some people might label you as lazy, there's often more to the story than meets the eye. Sometimes you just need to readjust your approach or attitude. Or sometimes you just need the right strategies. So in this video, we'll cover 7 strategies you can use to stop being lazy. Now, if you enjoy the content of this video, then please help us out by taking a few seconds to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Let's begin with an old but golden strategy. 1. Start with small, manageable tasks. This is one of the oldest laziness-busting techniques of all time. Thousands of years ago, one of the greatest sages in ancient China, Lao Tzu, told people that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Confucius also told his students that it doesn't matter how slowly you go, as long as you don't stop. All of this means you should start with small tasks instead of trying to conquer huge obstacles. If you're struggling with laziness, the last thing you should do is set yourself a goal that's too demanding. Start with very small, easy wins and work your way up from there. If you're trying to lose weight or improve your health, going to the gym and training like an elite athlete for a month isn't going to accomplish much long-lasting change. Instead, you're likely to crash out and either slip back into a sedentary lifestyle or regain what weight you lost. It's better to start with small and easy workouts, a short walk around the block every day, for example, and then build from there. Not only are you more likely to enjoy the time you spend exercising, your fitness will gradually improve and your capacity to physically challenge yourself will improve drastically. Thinking of ways to break difficult tasks into easy-to-accomplish blocks can almost feel like a cheat code for life. Focusing solely on the next step to accomplish something turns even the most difficult jobs into something achievable. Sometimes laziness can come from being overwhelmed by having too many tasks or thinking too far into the future about what challenges you'll face. This technique brings you into the present and allows you to break down what you have to do into bite-sized chunks. Now, if you'd like to learn more about how to put this idea into practice, then be sure to check out our video about the 2-minute rule for overcoming procrastination. 2. Set clear, achievable goals. The first step to getting anywhere is to first understand what you want. If you're searching for something good to watch on the TV, you don't pick up the remote and say, "Hey, show me a good film." You use the buttons to select from a catalog of films you might enjoy. The same applies to goal setting. Vague goals like, "I want to be happy" or "I want to be healthy" aren't goals. Your mind doesn't know what to do with that. So that's why we recommend following the SMART goals system. SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time-bound. For example, if you were trying to get healthier, a SMART goal would be, "I'm going to eat 3 healthy meals a day and I'm going to weigh myself every week to track and measure what's happening with my weight." Or it could be, "I'm going to exercise for 30 minutes 3 times a week and keep track of my workouts in a workout log and check my progress every 3 months." Any goal can be turned into a SMART goal, and they are much better than vague objectives like "get healthier." Without specific goals, your psychology doesn't know what steps to take, which can then keep you in perpetual limbo, preventing you from taking a good step forward. To learn more, check out our video about the SMART goals strategy with 21 examples. 3. Use the Premack Principle. The Premack Principle, aka the grandma method, is another technique you can use that takes advantage of your psychology to work for you instead of against you. Sometimes laziness comes from procrastinating because you simply don't like the task you're doing. Who likes doing their taxes or organizing bills? What do you do if you want to get healthier but you hate working out? This is where the Premack Principle comes in. David Premack is a behavioral psychologist who studied the reinforcement of behavior. His principle is this: a high probability behavior can serve as reinforcement for a low probability behavior. In plain English, this means that things that you like doing can help you complete tasks that you don't like by slowly teaching your brain to enjoy them. Or remember what your grandma used to say: eat all your vegetables, finish your chores, and then you can have your dessert. Here's how the Premack Principle works. You can do this by making a list of tasks you have to do for the day and then ranking them in order of what you like most and what you like least. Do the tasks you hate most at the start of the day. Do the things you like most at the end of the day, and then, for what's left of the day, do what you'd normally do to relax. It turns out that over time, this method makes tasks that were once deeply unpleasant tolerable, and you might even start to enjoy them, which can be a bit weird. For example, if you hate working out, but you want to keep in shape, you would do your exercise at the start of the day. Sure, this might sound like torture, but you'll quickly find that you start to enjoy the morning workouts. You'll also find that by starting the day with the most difficult tasks and progressing to the easiest ones, your day gets progressively less and less stressful. 4. Take frequent breaks using the Pomodoro technique. What if you leveraged your laziness instead of resisting it? One reason people are lazy is because they think a task will require hours and hours of grueling effort. It's like writing a demanding geography essay for school. When you really think about it, what are you actually getting out of this? You hate geography and your geography teacher is a grump anyway. Why should you expend all this effort on writing about tectonic plates when you couldn't care less? Your subconscious mind fully agrees with you. There is no obvious survival advantage for writing an essay about tectonic plates. So in situations like this, leverage your laziness. One strategy to do this is called the Pomodoro technique. Invented by Francesco Cirillo in the 1980s, this is a time management technique that works as follows. Choose a task, for example, writing that pesky geography essay. Set a timer for 25 minutes. Work for 25 minutes. Take a 5-minute break. Go back to work for another 25 minutes. After every 4 time blocks, take a 15 to 30-minute break. Cirillo understood that humans can't focus on one thing for too long, and trying to accomplish a difficult task all in one go is a great way of ensuring you'll keep putting it off. Having frequent breaks refreshes you and makes you feel in control of whatever project you're doing rather than being swept away by it. The longer breaks ensure that your mind stays fresh, which helps you make fewer mistakes. You might find that you get that essay done faster than simply trying to knock it all out in a big block of time. To learn more, be sure to check out our video about the Pomodoro technique. 5. Build your focus muscles. Just like your actual muscles, your brain responds to training by growing stronger. If you struggle to keep on track, this can manifest as laziness. Building your focus comes down to 2 things. 1. Improve your ability to stick to one thing at a time. 2. Learn to avoid distractions. The number one single best way of building focus is meditation. There are all kinds of ways to learn, but there are apps like Headspace that are fantastic for this purpose. Meditation boils down to sitting or lying down, closing your eyes, and paying attention to one thing, whether it's your breath, an image in your mind, a happy memory, or anything that you can focus on. At first, thoughts will come rushing in that will pull you off focus. You can't do anything here but acknowledge them. Over time, these thoughts die down, and you'll find yourself more able to focus. A study in 2013 found that as little as 10 minutes of meditation has positive effects on working memory and reduces mind wandering. Another way of building focus is to pick one task and stick to it. It can be as simple as washing the dishes or making the bed. In that way, you turn day-to-day activities into opportunities to practice focus. Okay, now, let's talk about the second way to build your focus. 6. Avoid distractions. Avoiding distractions is a little trickier, especially in modern times. With all of our access to technology comes an almost infinite supply of entertaining distractions. You've got a report to write, but there's some intriguing new article or video about a celebrity saying something controversial, and before you know it, you've lost an hour or 2 of your day and made no progress. Enter Nir Eyal. Nir Eyal is a best-selling writer on consumer psychology and the author of Hooked. He firmly states that the world is becoming more and more distracting, and it's harming our personal and professional lives. Constant notifications and interruptions are destroying our ability to focus. 24/7 always online tech, smartphones, and social media are making it increasingly difficult for people to stay on task. All of this creates the perfect conditions for procrastination and laziness. So, how do we beat distraction? Nir Eyal has some advice for us here too. Master your internal triggers. Most of the time, we are seeking to be distracted from a task because it's boring and difficult. It takes time to master these compulsive feelings, but it can be life-changing if you can successfully do this. Plan your day. If you don't plan your day, you're setting yourself up to be pulled constantly in every direction. Take control of your technology. Companies use notifications to hack your attention. Take back that control by setting up your notifications to work for you. Get rid of apps you don't use. Use technology. Don't be used by it. Use apps to block distractions. Apps like Self-Control, Forest, and Freedom will block distractions or reward you for focused work. As you probably know, it's easy to get distracted in our modern society, but you can fight back by implementing some of the strategies I just outlined. 7. Don't be a perfectionist. Last but not least, perfectionism can be incredibly crippling. Placing expectations on yourself like, I can't make any mistakes or flaws, is almost certain to prevent you from even trying. In a study from 2012, the researchers found that college students who expected perfection engaged in what's called avoidant coping. This is when a person will do anything they can to avoid a source of stress instead of tackling it head on. Laziness is one such tactic for avoiding stressful tasks. If you have a tendency to expect perfection from yourself, then you might be doing more harm than good. Now, there's one area that we didn't cover in this video. What do you do when you feel completely unmotivated? So if this sounds like you, then be sure to check out our video about the 13 habits to motivate yourself.